Hey, what's up YouTube? Kris Krohn here, and today we're talking about how to make passive income. Dude, it's one of those big buzz things, like everyone wants to know how to do it, everyone wants to know is it real, and I'm gonna break it all down for you right now. So listen, I absolutely want to break down for you what is passive income, how does it work, and I even as a bonus at the end of the video want to share with you one of my favorite ways to create it. But I also want you to understand that I'm probably one of the best people on the planet to teach this, simply from the standpoint that I've been building residual incomes for the last 15 years. And the best part about the way that I've built a true residual income is that this is the definition. It's work you do one time, but you continue to get paid over and over again, potentially for the rest of your life. Now, not all residual incomes have can last a whole lifetime. Some will last months, some will last years, but that's the definition that you want to understand. Work one time, get paid the rest of your life. Now, just for a moment, think how different this is from having a job, right? You go work for someone else, or you go to college and you go to work for someone else and get paid more than someone that doesn't maybe get a college degree. That's not always necessarily even true these days anymore, but what you're doing is you're trading your time for money. So whether you're earning $8 an hour or $800 an hour, basically you have to put in an hour if you want to get paid. Now there's a lot of people that think, wow, I should get a better paid job, because if I do, then I can work the same hours but actually make more money. Dude, you will always be trapped with that thinking, because the reality is we always find a way, somehow, some way, to allow our lifestyle to adjust to whatever our income level is. The real solution that will create freedom is you got to stop trading time for money. And the way that you start doing that is by finding a real residual income. So the definition is work you do this many times, one times, but get paid the rest of your life. Here's what you're really looking for. You're looking to get involved with something that can get someone on the hook financially to continue making a financial investment over and over and over again. The only way a residual really works is if you can offer something to someone, sell something to someone, or create value to someone that they say, every month I want to give you some type of money. And that's really the definition of taking that residual income, that passive income, and turning it into something really practical. So what we want to do here is we want to actually take a look at your options, like what can you do that would actually create a residual income? I would like to hear your ideas in the comments below, but let me share with you some of the common ones that I'm really aware of. One thing that you can do is you can get started with an MLM. Okay, if you don't know what that means, it means multi-level marketing. Now, one of the problems with multi-level marketing is that there's a lot of people that aren't a fan of it. Laws have changed recently that make it very difficult for them to work inside of boundaries that really work. But the biggest problem with MLM is that you really need to often build an organization of thousands and tens of thousands of people to build a meaningful residual income. I mean, the effort that it goes to go out there and get someone to pay $100 for something, and maybe every single month you're going to get $5. Now, on the one hand, that is a residual income. But what I struggle with when it comes to this kind of residual income is it's like, okay, $5 every single month. How many people do I need to know? If I could actually go through 50 people and sell 10 of them and get 10 people doing this deal, then I'll probably get some upfront money. But now I'm getting $50 a month, right? $5 times 10 people. And so I'm getting $50 every month. But what happens in 6 months? A lot of those people drop off. So guess what? Now all that work was really for nothing. That $5 was really only ever going to be worth $30. Now, there are some major, massive networkers out there that are built for models like this, and they can make crazy amounts of income. But do you see kind of one of the problems I have with this passive income is how realistic is it for the average person to win? I want to share with you something really different. There are not very many ways of making a residual income out there, but one of the ways that I absolutely love, you can guess it, is real estate. And what I want to do right now is the bonus is I want to share with you a way to create a residual income. And again, if a residual income is doing work one time and getting paid over and over again, then part two of that definition is I got to find someone that I can repeatedly create value for that wants to keep paying me every month. My favorite way of doing that is with real estate. Now, let me just break down exactly what I mean, because this is very different. Here in the MLM world, I might need to get 1,000 people or 10,000 people involved and create all these different levels, and I can make some money with that. I know what I'm talking about this because I've owned a couple of MLMs, I've built them, and I've been able to see firsthand what works well and what doesn't work well. Here's what I love about real estate. If I buy one house, not 10,000, If I buy one house, then the benefit that I have on this one house that I'm doing is that I can get this house to pay me $500 a month of residual income every month, ongoing, no matter what. How do I do that? I'm going to share with you one strategy. It happens to be one of my favorite strategies. I do something, you've heard of rentals like becoming a landlord. Not a fan. Instead, what I do is I buy a house. Usually I don't use my own money or credit. And then what I do is I go to somebody else and say, hey, how would you like to rent the house? But we'll do it different. How about I rent it to you and I give you an option to be able to buy it down the road? That way you're not throwing rent money away. That's really popular, especially for someone that can't use their credit right now, or might be moving, or the banks are struggling to qualify. They need to do some credit repair. There's different reasons why people want to do this thing called a lease option. And a lease option can pay you this $500 a month. Now, in reality, here's what's happening. You have a mortgage, and that mortgage might be $1,000 a month on this house, but your rent, if it was just a straight rental, might be $1,100 or $1,200 a month. But when someone has the option to come in and actually buy this house, they're going to give you $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 up front, and then all of a sudden they're paying $1,500 a month. And you see that if you get $1,500 every month, pay the $1,000, what's left over? Well, there's about $500 a month left over. That is this positive cash flow that I'm talking about. Now, this residual income can last maybe 3 months or 6 months or 9 months. How long is this residual income going to last? Well, as long as I own the house. So let's just say for a moment that I own this house for 2 years and then I sell it to the people that are in it. Well, now all of a sudden, on average, I've made $5,000 up front. This was their initial down payment. I made $500 each month of a residual income. And then when I sell the property, let's say that I make a $30,000 gain. Well, we add this up for 2 years. If you're earning $500 every month for 2 years, that's $12,000. You got your $5,000, you got your $30,000, you've made $41,000. How many transactions? 1. This, my friends, is what I call a true residual income. But I want you to understand that you're not going to have it forever, because when you take that gain and any equity you have in this property, let's say it's $50,000 or $60,000, what are you going to do with that money? Well, you're probably going to parlay that into a couple more homes. Well, shoot, now you have 3 homes paying you $500 a month, 500, 500, 500. My passive residual income went from $500 a month, now it's what? Now it's $1,500 a month. That's how in a 4.5 year period of time I retired. I was done by 26. I custom built this home and started traveling the world and having all these new options. That's why I'm glad you're watching this video, because residual income is really key to becoming ultimately free. I have freedom like so few other people have. It's not because I can demand a lot of money per hour. It's that I don't have to put in hours, but I still what? I can still get paid. Now, as a bonus here at the end, I'm going to share with you a way that you and I can work together, and I can plug you right into a system like this so we can get your residual income going for you right now. Listen, it's easy for me to just say, hey, go do real estate. But instead, I'm going to say, go to this website and let me share with you the easiest way that you can get into real estate. This is the way that I wish I had been able to get into it in the beginning. It's worked out for me either way, but I can make it work for you far better.